Welcome to week 6. We're shifting our focus from member services to one of your most important responsibilities as an administrator, building and maintaining a qualified professional team. The quality of your staff is directly proportional to the quality of your facility is directly proportional to your staff. You can have a state-of-the-art equipment and beautiful building, but without qualified, motivated professionals, your facility will fail. This week's reading provides comprehensive guidance on the professional staffing. We'll focus on 2 key areas: hiring qualified individuals and ensuring proper credentialing. Before you can hire, you must determine what positions you need. Consider your facility size and member capacity, the services offered, your operating hours, supervision requirements, and budget constraints. The ACSM identifies several professional classifications: exercise physiologists and specialists, personal trainers and fitness instructors, group exercise instructors, facility managers and supervisors, and support staff. We're going to look at each one of these in a little bit more detail. In the textbook, we have several tables. Again, I'm not going to spend a bunch of detail on those because you can read those, but it'll say, like in this table, what's the recommended competency criteria for program supervision, and for each one of these, and they break those down. I think that's a nice requirement there for you to take a look at for this week's assignment. In this table, we have the recommended competency criteria for instructors, health and wellness coaches, and personal trainers in the health and fitness industry. So we have personal trainer, exercise physiologist, group exercise instructor, and health and wellness coach, like we just talked about these different things there. Again, you can read those on your own, and the book goes into more detail. Just so you know, there are the different ACSM certification structures. We have the personal trainer, which is the entry level certification. The certified exercise physiologist, you need a bachelor's degree, so some of you could be working towards that. Clinical exercise physiologist, this is more in a clinical setting. I'm not sure if you've heard about these in some of your other classes. And a certified exercise specialist, and this is where you specialize in a specific population. And then you'll see other certifications. You got the American Council on Exercise, which is ACE, and they have their personal trainer, group fitness instructor, health coach, medical exercise specialist. Then Athletics and Fitness Association of America, group exercise instructor. National Academy of Sports Medicine, or NASM, is personal trainer, and there's a few more with NASM too. The National Strength and Conditioning Association, we have the personal trainer, strength and conditioning specialist, also known as a CSCS, tactical strength and conditioning facilitator. So with the NSCA, the CSCS is really geared towards, like, if you're going to go into a college setting and be a strength and conditioning coach. Here at FPU, we really try to focus our students on the CSCS in the ACSM, personal trainer and exercise physiologist. In Table 4, it talks about the required credentials for each one of these organizations. Again, I'm not going to go into much detail with here, but so required certifications for these. When you're hiring somebody, you want to make sure that they have the appropriate credentials when you hire them for what you are trying to have your personnel do. But all your personnel should have current CPR and AED certification. You need to include a background check for them to make sure that there's nothing kind of scary going on with them. And they need to meet the minimum educational requirements for those current positions that you're hiring for and for their credential. The desired credential for our typical person that we'll hire is a bachelor's or master's degree in kinesiology or exercise science. You would like to have them to have multiple certifications about all these. They may need specialized training depending on what you're going to hire them for, and previous experience. That's always a good thing to have, is individuals that have experience. The hiring process. First thing we got to do is we do a systematic hiring process, which includes the following. We need to have a job description development. It needs to be specific on exactly what you want them to do. And we'll talk about that in just a second. We advertise and recruit the individual. This can be like an Indeed or some other professional. The NC2A has job placements, but for depending on what kind of facility you're working at, would be your HR department would determine where you would actually advertise. Then once you get the applications, you're going to review those applicants. You're going to do an interview both on phone or Zoom and in person. Want to always do a reference check. Want to do that background screening that we talk about. Then you would offer the job, and that's when some negotiation may be going on. They may want more money or benefits or whatever, those type of things. And then onboarding. How do you prepare them to do the job? How do you train them? So let's talk about the job description essentials. So when we post a job description, we need to have position title and reporting structure. So who's going to be their boss? What's their essential duties and responsibilities? Those need to be very specific. Again, your HR department would help with all this type of stuff. Required qualifications. They have to have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree in specific areas. What credentials do they have to have? The other one is the physical requirements. Most job descriptions say you have to stand for a long time. You have to be able to lift certain weights and those type of things. Again, HR would help you with this. The compensation range. So what's the salary? What's the hourly rate? How many hours you expect to work? Is this full-time, part-time? Those type of things. Expected schedule. Are they going to be working night shift? Are they going to be working in the morning? All those details. Other things that we have to comply with is the Equal Opportunity Employment Laws. And again, this is HR is going to help you with all this. American with Disabilities Acts, Fair Labor Standards Acts, and state and local employment laws. We never want to assume that the credential is valid. We always verify their certification status with the issuing organization. We also want to make sure that their educational degrees they actually got those. Probably seen on the news and stuff like that where people have lied about these type of things. Professional license with state boards. So some credentials are at the state level. So you have to make sure that's correct. We want to check the CPR and AED is actually current. And again, we talk about the background checks. So this week's assignment, we're going to do a AI enhanced staffing plan development. So again, we got the details in the assignment link with detailed assignments. So you're going to actually turn in your staffing plan development this week. You'll have a Chapter 4 practice quiz. And then this week we'll be reading Chapter 5 of Courage and Calling, and we'll have our discussion with that. As always, if you have questions about what we're doing this week, please let me know.